Hi, and welcome to Elementary Education 385, History, Culture, and Society. I am the instructor, Dr. Andy Steck. I've been at the University of Laverne for 15 years, and I'm going to give you a little overview of the course so you have a better understanding of how to manage the components in D2L. The first thing I want you to do before we even take a look at the course is go to your name up here. You'll see my name. Go to your name, click on that. You're going to go to notifications. We're going to click on some notifications. And so here's a list. And what I would like you to click on is an announcement updated, a new announcement available. And if there's anything else here you would like, maybe you would like the grade item. After I have graded your work, you get a notification that your work has been graded or that some feedback. You're welcome to click on as many notifications as you want or as little, but I would suggest this one right here, announcements, new announcements available. I would click on that so you'll get an email each week that a new announcement comes out. The announcement will have on it what the topic is for the week, maybe what major assignments are due in the week. It may have some new information for you, so I would do that. Now, if you don't do that or you choose not to, I'm going to click Save. When you come back here, when you open to the home page here, you will see these modules. What you can do is scroll down here and click on Announcements. I don't have one yet. It will be there tomorrow. But I don't have it yet. But when you click on that, you will see just all the announcements each week. So when you click on this, you can see that. But I would highly suggest you get a notification that there is an announcement, and you will have one each week. You will also have a video each week like I am creating right now. So we're going to take a look at this menu up here, because that is what will drive you to find out what you need to do and where you need to go for certain information in this course. I'm going to click on Course Home, and that's what you see right now, and we're going to go to Content. That's probably your second most important page when you click on, or maybe the most important page. And here you will find a variety of course resources in this module. Excuse me. So taking a look at the course resources, there's a welcome letter. There's an 8-week course disclaimer. This course is normally 16 weeks, and we have developed it to be in a 8-week time period, which means that we have compacted the 16 weeks of work into 8 weeks, so it's very intense. We need you to understand that. And if you have difficulty with working online or completing work within the 8 weeks, then you most likely should take the 16-week course when it is offered. We have the course overview video, which is what I'm creating right now. This is the syllabus. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. There is the course schedule. I'm going to click on that so you can see what that looks like. Here it is here. It's by weeks, so each week you'll see what the topic is, what chapters in the textbook you need to do, and if there's a major assignment. There will always be weekly activities to complete, and that's what I call your attendance. When you've completed those activities, I know you've attended the class. But you will also have some major assignments starting with week 2. I'm going to go back, and you can go back right here on this little side menu here, I call it. You have some university resources. We have where to go for tech support. The Elementary Education Handbook is here for the year. And then if you want some more information about me, this is courses resources. And the most important here, I think, is the course schedule that you can follow, and of course the syllabus. Let's take a look at the syllabus right now. I'm going to guide you through that very quickly, but you see that here. Excuse me. And I'm going to run through the course. I do have office hours, and if you do need that, let me know ahead of time, and you could come to campus and see me, or you could also see me online. We can Zoom very quickly. We can get your answers get your questions answered quickly, and we can move ahead. That's what my goal is to try to respond to you as quickly as I can. These are the goals, and I'm going to let you read over those when you take a look at your own syllabus. And I also have the mission and vision of our college. We have some core dispositions and values. There's one that I particularly like. I like all of them, but there's one that I am very much enamored with, and that's social emotional learning, and we're going to be doing some of that. You may have had me for children's literature, and if you have, you're going to see some similar things with social emotional learning, but I think it's important that you focus on that, because the research says when we look at the social emotional learning curriculum in a classroom and we focus on that, the academic curriculum for students will come along and they will be more successful academically. And we need to make sure that we have embedded social emotional learning into all of what we do in the classroom. And I'm hoping you'll see that in this class. This is the required textbook. We will be using it. The first week, I will have both chapters 1 and 2 online, but you will need to look for it. You can look for it in used copies. You can look for it in online. You can rent it. You don't have to buy it, but you will be using it throughout the 8 weeks. This is the course description. Please take a look at that and look at the course objectives, which I tie everything to these when in each of the weekly activities, as well as in the major assignments. These are the course assignments. You're going to start off with an annual pacing schedule. That is something teachers work on, and that basically schedules all of the unit topics throughout the year for maybe social studies, for maybe math, or for science. And what you will then have is a curriculum guide that will show you how many weeks you will create certain units and certain lesson plans, and you will work on this yourself. This is one of the first things. It will give you kind of an umbrella of what social studies will look like at a certain grade level. Then we're going to compare 2 books. We're going to look at 2 books on the same topic, and you're going to talk a little bit about which one you would use first, which one you would use second, and why you would use those. And there's an outline that you will actually look at those 2 children's literature books or textbooks. You're going to experience some culture different than the culture of your own. So you're going to go off and maybe you'll go to a festival. Maybe you'll go to a church. Maybe you will invite a friend to go to lunch with you or dinner with you at a place that you would not normally go, or that your culture is not represented. Maybe you'll go to a church that is not typically the church you would attend. There's a variety of things to do, but be thinking about that because this is due week 4. You're going to create some lesson plans in this class. One of them is an integrated lesson plan. You're going to take the subject of social studies and integrate it with another. It could be English language arts. It could be math. It could be music. It could be phys ed. And you're going to create a lesson, a 1-day lesson that you would implement in your classroom, or could. You're also going to take a look at unit plans. We just talked about the annual pacing schedule. Well, now you are going to actually take one of those units in that pacing schedule and actually create an overview of that unit and 3 lesson plans that are sequential, or at least we'll have a early in the unit lesson plan, a middle of the unit lesson plan, and an end of the lesson plan, maybe a culminating lesson plan. The biggest project, or the biggest major assignment, is some community service. And we have implemented community service into this course so that you don't have to take LVE 305. And this is that 1-hour credit. You don't have to take that for community service because you'll have your community service requirement met in this class. But it is 20 hours. You must complete those 20 hours in 8 weeks. Some people do it in small increments along the way during the week. Some people take 2 weekends and knock it off in that, and you're more than welcome to do Either way, any way that fits your schedule, but you are required to have 20 hours of community service in this course. So think about an organization, think about something where you're not being paid, you're volunteering, and you're going to actually complete the community service for that. I highly suggest you start thinking about that immediately, because you will need to get on this and do this soon. And what will be the requirement is that you actually do fulfill the volunteer time. You're going to keep a journal of what you have done every time, even if it's the same thing. You're going to talk maybe about the environment. You're going to talk about the people that you work with or volunteer with. You're going to share in a journal setting that of what you've done each time you have. Now, if you would like to do more than one organization, you're more than welcome to. If you can't fit 20 hours into one organization, you're welcome to do several. Some people have done different events along the way. They've volunteered for different events, and they've written that up as their community service, and that's perfectly fine too. But you also need to reflect on these 3 bullets. You're going to write a reflection of your experience, how it went for you, what you got out of it, but you're also going to write about and respond to these 3 bullets. If I don't see that in your reflection, you don't get the full credit you might want for this. And you do also need to let me know what your plans are, so that I can see that yes, that works well for this, and you can go ahead and do that. If you have questions about this, please ask me. You're going to create some instruction using artificial intelligence. If you watch TikTok or you're in schools that are using artificial intelligence to help create instruction, then you'll get an idea of what this is. If you don't, that's fine. You can take a look at some of the artificial intelligence tools. I have a list here for you to start with, and you can pick one of those and you can create some kind of instruction for any grade level you want. And it needs to be for social studies, of course. But if you can't do social studies, you are welcome to do something else. Just let me know. Your final major activity is your ePortfolio final exam. And as you see here, there are no quizzes. I don't have a belief that quizzes do very much for students. What I have learned from them, it's great for short-term memory, for long-term memory. Quizzes don't do it. And so what I have created here is authentic assessment. And what you're going to actually do is create, as you see, projects, things you might use in the classroom. I believe that shows you what we're doing. And each week, you're going to actually talk about a topic. You're going to discuss a topic. You're going to research a topic that is part of our social studies instruction. So I feel that meets the learning objectives. It also meets the way you can learn social studies and how you should teach social studies as integrated within other subject areas. So you will see that as well. Here are the assessments at a glance. You'll need this at the very end to when you go ahead to create, when you find out your total points, and you're going to divide your total points by the total points of the course, find your percentage, and translate that to a letter grade. This is our University Diversity Statement. You can read through that. We have a student hotline and support email. This is the link for that. Here is Title IX. If you feel you're being discriminated against, please fill out the social justice form or come and talk to me, and I will help you out with that, especially if it's something I have said or done that you have made you feel uncomfortable. Please talk to me about that. If you need some accommodations, please go to Accessibility Services and get those accommodations. I will accommodate you with whatever you need, whatever concerns you have. Please contact me. But other professors may not do that. So if you have it actually approved on paper, everyone then will accommodate you. But I'm very happy to accommodate you. Please, please, please don't plagiarize. Give people credit for where it's due. If you're going to quote or cite something, give them the credit for it. You would like it if it was you that they were quoting or citing for you as well. Your attendance policy is every week I expect you to complete the work by a certain time. The work that you complete each week is 9 days. It will open on Friday at 11:59. You have the following weekend, the whole week, and you have the next weekend. Now, what happens, though, in that next weekend, you actually have your next week starting. So there will be a little overlap, but I think you can handle it. So finish up the week and you can start the new week as soon as it appears in your D2L in the course. Late work, I do have a policy for late work. If you let me know up front, or you let me know you're having some concerns or there's some issues or some health issues, I will not penalize you at all. Just let me know. Keep me in top. I don't need to know all of your personal business, but I do need to know if you're going to be late with work, or if you're having some trouble at home, or something's happening and we'll catch up and you'll do it, and I'll say that is okay. But just let me know. Don't surprise me, please, and don't go by without letting me know, because then I'll be sending you emails saying, everything okay? Do you need more time? Let me know what's going on. Okay, again, online attendance. You do need to be working. It does say Blackboard. It should say D2L, but yes, you should be working on that. And that is the course syllabus. Okay, I'm going to go back to the table of contents, or the content page. And I think I showed you the schedule already. So then that's the course resources module. Now you are going to go down to the weekly lesson module. This is where you're going to find all the weekly lessons. You'll see here in my instructor view that I have all of them laid out, but I only have one showing for you now. Each week they will open and a new one will start. And then it will explain to you what you will be doing in this class, And there is a video for that as well. So what I'm going to do is go to week 1 and just show you very quickly. This is week 1. Here's the overall video, and here is the video for the week. Now, the dates may not be right. It says here, session 2, week 1. Ignore that. That's just something that happens. Everything else, all the content is correct. So you will be able to follow through. If you find there's something that's fishy or something that's you don't understand, please reach out to me. I don't believe learning should be a mystery, and I don't think you should teach kids that learning should be a mystery. It should be something that they are going to be successful if they complete the work, and I'm hoping you will. I'm going back to the table of contents in what used to be called breadcrumbs. I'm not sure what they're called now. And there's another folder with major assignment. Here's another module. So we have the course resources module, we have the weekly lesson module, and now we have major assignments. And every week, except for this week, a major assignment's due. So look ahead. Here's the annual pacing schedule I talked about, the twin text, the cultural learning experience, the integrated lesson plan, the unit plan, the community service project, the artificial intelligence assignment, and finally your final e-portfolio. So if you click on one, I'm going to click on the annual pacing since that's coming up. Here's an explanation for it. Here's the learning target. That's kind of like the rubric, but I call them learning targets. And then there are some pacing guides, and you'll understand the pacing guides as soon as you go ahead and listen for the explanation, or you read the description for this. And it is a Dropbox, and you can put it in the Dropbox for each major assignment. Your annual pacing schedule will go in this Dropbox. Your twin text will go in this Dropbox. And your weekly lesson module, I'm going to go back to that just for a minute. This one also has a Dropbox at the very end that you will use. So I'm going to go down. What's left is this important module. It is the lesson plans and objectives. You do need to look through this module too, because you will be writing your objectives for your lessons in using the ABCD approach. You know me from, if you've had me in children's literature, that I believe in ABCD. It shows clearly what your expectations are in objectives, in writing objectives for that class, what you expect the students are going to do. You're going to be able to measure it to see if they have mastery level, and it's going to be observable. So if your administrator comes in and he wants to know what's going on in this lesson, you hand him that objective, and he or she or they will be able to understand what your expectations of that in that lesson will be for the students. All right, you're going to be writing that. Here's a link for that. You can watch that and it'll be part of the lesson that you will go through. There are some action verbs for objectives. You do need that because you need to see that they're observable. This is the list of diverse learners. You're going to pick one of these in the lesson plan and you're going to write about that. We'll talk more about that as we go along. These are the Common Core standards. This is the lesson plan explained, and this is the template you're going to use. So this is a very important module. It follows right after the major assignments on the content page. Last but not least, I'm not going to click to this one, but there are some anti-racism resources that you can use for in your instruction and as just something else in regards to some resources that you can look at. That's the content page. If I'm going to click on that again, you'll see that this is that page. The other important one is assignments. The assignments will be listed there. If we have discussions, those will be listed here. What I want you to know is the grade book is here. And I'm going to just back up one. The class list is here. So if you want to email people in groups when there's groups, or if you want to email the whole class, you can certainly do that using this class list. And these are to determine groups that you'd be working on weekly. But there's also a link in each week that you can follow to find out which group you're in. And I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Again, you'll know that each lesson, each week is 9 days long. Most likely it will run Friday. It does run Friday, starting at 11:59. If you're anxious to get started, you can stay up and wait and click on then. At 11:59, you should see the new week. And you have 9 days to complete all of the individual activities. There's going to be a group activity too that you need to complete. Don't wait till the last minute. I have suggested that you make sure you get that done by Wednesday, because you will need to go back and comment sometimes on your other group work or other people's work in the group. So you do need to know that as well. I think I've covered everything I want to cover here. If you have questions or I've gone too fast, please watch it one more time to see if I do answer your questions. And if I don't answer them, please ask me about them. I wish you lots of success in the class. I'm here for you. I'm here to work with you. And I want to wish you the best in all you do, not only in this class, but all semester and on your educational journey. So take care. See you online.